Nanaka Kosaka is a name that gently circulates among people who appreciate a softer, calmer, and more introspective form of beauty. She is not the type of person who bursts into a room with noise or brilliant energy. Instead, her presence arrives quietly, like steam rising from a warm teacup on a winter morning, slow, steady, comforting, and almost poetic. When people speak about Nanaka Kosaka, they often begin with the same impression: a warm gentleness that feels unmistakably Japanese. There is something delicate about her aura, something that soothes rather than excites, something that stays with you without needing to demand your attention. She embodies a style of femininity that is understated yet deeply resonant, subtle yet emotionally expressive in a quiet way. Everything about her presence feels like a whisper rather than a shout. Nanaka's beauty can be described as a blend of natural softness and refined simplicity. Her face is shaped by delicate contours that avoid sharpness, giving her an appearance that feels young but not naive, soft but not fragile. Her eyes contribute significantly to this impression. They are expressive, not through large movements or dramatic intensity, but through a gentle clarity that makes them feel honest. When she looks at something, she gives it her full attention. When she shifts her gaze, the movement is subtle, slow, almost like she is floating from one emotion to another. The softness of her expressions allows viewers to project their own feelings onto her, creating a sense of connection that is intimate and emotional in nature. This is the reason many people describe her presence as calming or comforting. She radiates a warmth that is not dependent on physical closeness, but instead emerges naturally through her expressions and atmosphere. Her beauty also reflects the Japanese concept of shibui, which means a subtle and refined form of attractiveness that does not rely on flashy elements or exaggerated features. Nanaka does not need intense makeup, dramatic styling, or bold fashion to stand out. In fact, her charm shines brightest when everything is kept simple: soft hairstyles, neutral tones, gentle fabrics, and minimal cosmetics. This naturalness makes her feel relatable and sincere, like someone you might meet on a quiet afternoon stroll near a riverbank in a peaceful Tokyo neighborhood. She represents a form of beauty that feels very at home in Japanese culture, where subtleness is often considered more meaningful than extravagance. Her facial expressions are one of her strongest points. Nanaka possesses a unique ability to communicate emotion through very small changes: tiny shifts in her eyes, almost unnoticeable adjustments in her lips, slight tilts of her head. Many viewers find themselves captivated by the way she expresses warmth not through big gestures, but through subtle, thoughtful movements. This restrained style of expression aligns perfectly with Japanese visual culture, which often favors small, heartfelt emotions over dramatic performances. When Nanaka smiles, it is the type of smile that feels like a soft breeze brushing across your skin. Gentle, natural, and unexpectedly soothing. When she shows surprise, it is quiet and delicate, carrying a sense of innocence. When she becomes serious, her eyes grow calm rather than intense, creating an atmosphere of quiet focus. Nanaka also fits into the aesthetic known as ayashiki, which refers to a healing or soothing atmosphere. This is seen in certain anime, films, and public figures who make people feel calm simply by being present. Nanaka's pace is unhurried. Her gestures feel thoughtful. Her expressions feel sincere. She creates an environment that allows viewers to relax, breathe more slowly, and momentarily forget the noise of everyday life. Many fans describe her as the kind of person whose presence reduces stress, a figure who brings comfort through small details: her voice, her movements, her expressions, her silence. Her personality, as interpreted from her gentle mannerisms, gives off an impression of modesty and inner kindness. She does not appear to seek the spotlight for the sake of attention. Instead, she gives the impression of someone who values quiet emotional connection over outward display. There is humility in her presence, an unspoken politeness, a form of silent empathy. She seems like a person who listens more than she speaks, who observes more than she imposes, and who expresses emotions without overwhelming others. This type of personality is especially appreciated in Japanese culture, where calmness, modesty, and thoughtfulness are seen as important virtues. Nanaka's voice also plays a key role in shaping her gentle aura. Even when she speaks softly, her tone carries warmth and sincerity. It is the kind of voice that makes you feel comfortable, the kind that encourages you to relax and enjoy the moment. Her laughter, too, has a subtle charm: light, genuine, never loud or forced. It sounds like something that comes from the heart, bringing a sense of warmth to those who hear it. This softness in her vocal tone strengthens her overall presence, making her feel approachable and comforting. Her journey as a visual figure has been marked by slow, steady growth rather than sudden dramatic transformations. When she first appeared publicly, Nanaka carried a youthful innocence that reflected freshness and simplicity. Over time, she gradually matured. Not in a way that changed her essence but in a way that deepened it. Her expressions became more nuanced, her atmosphere more stable, and her presence more grounded. She developed a natural grace that builds upon her soft beauty, making her look both youthful and mature at the same time. This slow evolution aligns with the Japanese concept of wabi-sabi, the appreciation of gentle, natural aging and subtle transformation. Nanaka's maturity feels organic, not forced. She grows quietly, gracefully, allowing her charm to deepen rather than shift drastically. Her styling journey reflects the same gradual refinement. First, she often appeared in simple, natural looks. Over time, her visual presentation gained more sophistication. Still soft, still calm, but with a slightly more mature elegance. She shows that beauty does not need to rely on strong contrasts or dramatic statements. Instead, she demonstrates that refinement can be achieved through subtle adjustments. A change of hairstyle, a slightly deeper makeup tone, a more carefully chosen outfit. These small evolutions create a continuous sense of aesthetic harmony, making her visual journey feel like a gentle narrative, rather than a series of unrelated images. Nanaka's popularity in Japan is largely due to her fit with national preferences for gentle, soft-spoken beauty. Japanese audiences often appreciate figures who embody calmness, modesty, sincerity, and subtle emotional expression. Nanaka embodies all of these traits naturally. She doesn't overwhelm the senses. Instead, she touches them lightly. She doesn't seek to dominate. Instead, she invites. Her appeal lies not in perfection but in warmth, not in intensity but in softness. She represents an ideal that is deeply rooted in Japanese culture. An ideal of femininity that values gentleness, emotional subtlety, and quiet authenticity. Her calm beauty provides a sense of emotional relief in a fast-paced world. Nanaka Kosaka's charm can also be understood through the concept of mono no aware, the Japanese appreciation for transient beauty. There is something fleeting yet precious in the emotion she portrays, like the feeling of watching cherry blossoms fall, or hearing the distant sound of waves. Her softness reminds viewers of moments that cannot be captured fully, but can be felt deeply. This emotional resonance is one of the reasons why many fans feel a strong connection to her. She embodies not only visual beauty but also emotional atmosphere. Her presence creates a mood, a feeling, a sense of quietness that stays with the viewer long after the moment has passed. In essence, Nanaka Kosaka's appeal is built on harmony. Harmony of expression, harmony of beauty, harmony of atmosphere. She does not try to stand apart from her environment. Instead, she blends seamlessly into it, becoming part of a quiet, soothing landscape. Her beauty does not shout, it whispers. Her charm does not dazzle, it warms. Her presence does not overwhelm, it comforts. She is the kind of figure one remembers not for extravagance but for the emotional breath she provides. Like the gentle exhale of relief at the end of a long day. Nanaka represents a rare type of radiance, one that does not rely on bright lights or loud aesthetics. Instead, she shines like a small lantern in a peaceful garden, quiet, steady, and endlessly comforting. Her journey is ongoing, shaped by refinement, sincerity, and a heart filled with gentle brilliance. As she continues to grow, she carries with her the essence of Japanese softness, an essence that makes her not only beautiful but also unforgettable.